My great-grandmother, Althea Campbell, she lived in South Korea during the Korean War in 1950. She lived there with her husband, who was a U.S. Army captain, and their 3 young children, all underneath the age of 10. And so one night, there was a North Korean aircraft that flew over their house and shot the building that was right next to them. And so they decided that they needed to get out of there and escape to Japan. So they stayed in a warehouse that was by the ocean, waiting for a ship to take them away. And my grandpa specifically remembers his dad teaching his mom how to load a rifle. So one day they finally found ships that were clean enough for them to take to Japan. And in order to get onto the big ships, they had to climb onto the shaky pier and walk over a board onto a smaller ship. And that wasn't the hardest part. And they had to take the smallest ship and then sail it over to the bigger ship. And to get onto the bigger ship, they had to climb this rope ladder. And my great-grandmother, who was young, she had 3 children, and her husband didn't go with her. So she had to carry all 3 children with her up to the top of the ship. So she had high heels on, and she had her baby wrapped up in a piece of cloth and held it in her teeth, and she had her middle child on her shoulders, and then her 7-year-old climbing behind her. So she climbed up the rope and then finally got into the ship. And the thing about this is that she had, each family can only have 1 bag, and she was smart enough to carry in the bag diapers, extra clothing. It was a 2-pound box of saltine crackers, and a .25 caliber gun. And my great-grandmother told my grandpa that there were many families that only carried valuables in their bags. So when they ran out of food on the ship, my great-grandmother was able to protect herself and feed her family as well. So they finally got to Japan, and a few months later, her husband met her, and they sailed to the U.S.